Blessings and abundance, community. I'm Zen Howard, your conscious media host, and welcome to the Zen Effect Show, our breakfast club for the conscious culture. How y'all doing out there? It's Tuesday. I trust that your Monday flowed with grace, with ease, and if it did not, in anything that you experience, a particular moment within that day, I am sending that energy your way. Because if you're listening to the sound of my voice right now, it's time. It's time to receive that flow and receive that ease in your day, especially with what I got going on in this episode. So just sit back and enjoy, whether you're in your car, whether you're at home cooking dinner, or you're just chilling. This is the time. This is the time to just relax and take some self-care for you all. Y'all cold out there? It's cold, baby. It's cold outside. I'm telling you, that day, the other week, last week, when the temperature just dropped, you all, oh my gosh, that cold went all up through me. I was outside. I literally walked to my car and walked back inside, and literally my fingertips were red. We were getting flurries over here in Atlanta, so keep warm, you all. I had to order me some more clothes because I was like, oh, this different. This cold feel different here in Georgia. It's supposed to be fall, and this felt winterish, and this felt like a even deeper winterish. I don't know if winterish is a word, but it's gonna be a word today. But you all, this is your go-to hub for dynamic conversations and supportive dialogue with thought leaders across music, entertainment, entrepreneurship, and wellness. And you all, this show is designed to support you in this collective experience that every single one of us are living, and it's called life. And every single conversation here is designed to empower, to inspire, to motivate you, to support you in shaping your soul, to shift your world and come home to your power. And if you already, look, this is the thing when it comes to coming home to your power, we're always doing it because we're always evolving. We're always evolving. So you can live in the full authenticity of your effect, the essence of you. Be sure to follow the Zen Effect Show. Follow me across all my social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on Facebook as well. However, I'm a lot more present on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm going to keep it 100% honest with you. Just search the Zen, Zen, Effect, EFFECT Show. And if you got something that you want to share on here, or you got a topic, go ahead to my website, www.thezeneffectco.com, and click the tab Submit a Topic. I'd love to hear from you. I love an engaging audience, so go ahead and do that. Okay, you all, let's talk about what's making waves right now and how it's shaping the world we're consciously creating together and our collective evolution. So you all, the conscious embodied music artist on my playlist right now is Neelam Hakeem. Neelam Hakeem is a Black Muslim American hip hop artist. She's a poet as well as a mother, and her music is a masterclass. It's a masterclass, you all, in conscious embodiment. Seriously. What I really like about Neelam is that she weaves spirituality, identity, social justice, and personal empowerment into her verses. And Neelam carries her faith with intention. She also challenges the usual narratives in hip hop, such as hyper independence, dominance-driven narratives, and hypersexualized songs. She doesn't do that. She's completely doing the opposite of that. And she proves that you can be modest, yet magnetic, grounded, yet bold, spiritual, yet culturally savvy. And her song, I Am. So check out, I got 2 songs for y'all. These are 2 songs that have been on repeat for me. I Am. I love I Am because it's a declaration of knowing yourself, knowing thyself, trusting your intuition, and standing in truth. It's all about reclaiming your power. This is what I took from it. Reclaiming your power, releasing what no longer aligns with you, and receiving what actually does. And her lyricism reflects evolution. And that's what I truly enjoy about her music. There's another song that's called We've Got 'Em Like. There's a video for this. The visuals are dope. The energy, the authenticity that she says in her lyrics. There's this particular lyric that I love in this song, We Got 'Em Like, and it goes like this. It says, the music industry hates me because I'll never twerk. Yo, I love that. Like, just showing that modesty, like, I just love it. I love it. And I'm here for it. I'm here for her message. I see you, Neelam. I'm really digging her effect, her bold and courageous lyricism. I'm really loving it. I'm really loving it. You know, and I just want to speak to the mainstream female hip hop world right now. It's heavily perpetuating, as I stated earlier, hypersexualized, hyper-independence, and dominance-driven narratives. And what those do, you all, in society is it normalizes relationships as power struggles, which is very loud in our society right now. Equates self-worth with sexual or material display, and it frames emotional independence as ultimate virtue, sometimes at the expense of connection and at the expense of authenticity in relationships. And that's why, you all, it's important for us to get behind and support artists that are really doing the opposite. Really have these healthy messages. And I really believe that y'all are with me in this because you listen to WBNC, Breaking Chains Radio. And I love this radio station because it's that feel good music all the time. So if you have not heard of Neelam Hakeem, I encourage you to check her out and stream her music, you all. So that's who I've been bumping. And I also want to speak to something really interesting. It's an innovative breakthrough. Researchers have found a way to boost the brain's waste disposal system. That's right, using a device that massages the face and neck. Scientists discovered that the brain can more efficiently clear waste. And we're talking about the kind of waste that can slow your thinking, affect your memory, and disrupt overall cognitive function, and truly even transform our approach to diseases like Alzheimer's. That's right, you all. This matters. This matters because our brains are the control center of our bodies. It's the seat of our awareness. It supports the heart. The heart leads, the mind supports it. And that's why massage, like getting a massage, mindfulness, sleep, and movement are forms of active conscious living. The clearer your mind, the more aligned your actions. The more you care for your inner ecosystem, the more effectively you can cultivate in your life. And last week's episode, which was the debut of the Zen Effect Show here on WBNC Radio, Breaking Chains Radio, I spoke to, the topic was, what are you cultivating? How are you cultivating it? And you can catch that replay on my YouTube channel Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, The Zen Effect Show. You will actually see the debut there, which is all audio. And then there's also a video that I recorded in studio about what are you cultivating. So be sure to go ahead and check those out, you all. So conscious living isn't just about what we feed our soul and what we feed our heart. It's about caring for the physical vessel that carries our awareness forward. And I'm talking about our brain, our body, as well as our nervous system. So that's a cool, lit breakthrough that has taken place. Let's get the waste out the mind. Let's get the waste out. Because when we're able to truly clear out that waste, I can see clearly now. The rain is gone, the fog is gone, the confusion is gone, the clarity is there, the creativity is able to create more optimally. And that brings me to this week's headline. This week's headline, I'm speaking about Beatrice Dixon, the CEO of the Honey Pot, who recently turned down a $450 million offer to sell her company. Y'all probably like, why? 450 million? Oh man, what I could do with 450 million. Why she turn that down? B, what's going on, B? Well, this is the truth. Those who know. And I've actually had Beatrice Dixon on my show. I had a podcast for 5 years called Life Verbs Podcast, and it evolved to this show, the Zen Effect Show. And Beatrice was one of my first guests. And something about B is she is very intentional. And I really like the way that she moves. I really like the way that she moves. And she turned it down, y'all, because she understands the value of her business. She understands how important it is to protect her vision, protect what it's blossomed into, protect her team. Let's talk about that. Because look, I've been in the beauty industry for over a decade, and I have seen many companies that don't protect their teams. So when I read that, I was like, let's get it, B. Let's go. And also protecting what her ancestors sent to her. And that's a huge part of her company, right? The formulations and what have you. So her story is so powerful in the context of Black-owned beauty and personal care brands, because typically corporate interests often overshadow the founder's original mission. And Beatrice Dixon ended up actually partnering in a deal that allowed her to protect the company's purpose, her team, and honor the integrity of her products, that honors her vision. So this really stood out to me, and this is my take on it, because she said no to something that was not in alignment with her. Yeah, the money sounded excellent. 450 million made your ears, your whole body perk up. I'm sure B. However, she said, I'm not going to settle and I'm not going to compromise. And because she chose not to compromise and to stand in integrity, she ended up partnering in a deal that was truly in alignment. And I want to give you all this conscious take. If you have a brand that's in the beauty business, and even if you have a brand that's not in the beauty personal care business, but you have a product, protect your brand. Don't sell your recipe, and make sure whomever you sell to, you still have a very strong hand in that company. It's about aligning business decisions with your purpose and your values and standing in integrity always. Because you're building something meaningful. Whether it's a product, whether it's a service, it could be a community. Speak up. Ask the questions. Negotiate wisely. And protect the essence of what you've created. You all. Do not lose the original vision. And it reminds me of an interview that I did with Odidi, the owner of Fresh One Kitchen here in Atlanta. There's one in Sandy Springs and Kennesaw. And he is so hands-on in his business. He's so hands-on in his business. Y'all will hear the interview. It's coming out soon. But he is one that truly operates in integrity, and his food is delicious, and his food is truly making waves in literally transforming people's health. It did that with my health. I'm not going to get into all of it today. However, stay tuned for that episode. Stay tuned for that episode. So I just want to say, Beatrice, I stand with you. I stand with you. And if you're listening, or anyone who knows her is listening, I would love to have you on the Zen Effect Show and your interview playing to all the platforms. Also, congratulations on the book that you wrote as well. And you all, I'm going to share with you the name of that book, The Soul Instinct. Woo! That is so Beatrice. The Soul Instinct, you all. Oh, I'm so excited to read this. I'm so excited to read this. And I encourage each and every single one of you all to read it. And again, would love to have her back on the show. Would love to have her back on the show, you all. So as you move through this week, I want to encourage you to take a conscious pause and ask these questions to yourself. Are you showing up in your full effect? In the essence of you, like Neelam Hakeem, as she inspires us to do so more and more. Also, how are you protecting and conserving what you've built and what you are creating? And are you speaking from presence, or is the dollar taking the lead? Because we can all take a page out of Beatrice Dixon's literal book. And lastly, how are you nurturing your mind and your mental health? Are you cleaning out the waste? And so thankful for the innovative ways, as I discussed today, with this breakthrough to support us in doing that. So remember to pause, to breathe, to center, to notice what the moment offers without judgment. Be present, care for your ecosystem with intention, presence, and conscious alignment. You all are in for a special treat today. Today's interview is with Diamond King. Diamond King is a sound artist and guide whose works with breath, tone, and silence to shape environments of calm. Through her immersive experiences and quiet mentorships and realignment coaching sessions, Diamond helps people return to presence using the mind, movement, and sound as instruments of awareness. Diamond educates individuals scientifically about the mechanics of their mind and how it shapes choices, affects mood, and limits or has an effect on how we show up in the world. With over a decade of teaching across hypnotherapy, yoga, and sound design, Diamond curates sanctuaries, seminars, and retreat spaces for those ready to live in clear alignment with themselves. Her work is rooted in liberation, freeing the mind, softening the nervous system, and creating conditions where love becomes a natural frequency. She is based here in the ATL, Atlanta, and she has co-facilitated international retreats in Mexico, Costa Rica, Bali, Arizona, and here in Atlanta, collaborating with artists, healers, and visionaries worldwide. Each offering reflects her belief that stillness is not absence, but it's architecture, the quiet structure that allows transformation to take form. And look, again, this show is your medicine, your self-care to yourself, feeding your soul, feeding your spirit, feeding your mind, feeding you holistically. So tune in to the sounds of Diamond King as she takes us on a sound journey. If you're driving, stay focused on the road, but just allow this to just ease any stress, any tension that may be in the body, anything that your mind may be circling about right now. Just be present where you are and tune into this. And enjoy the interview afterwards. Diamond, go ahead and bring us in to connect deeper with self. Y'all, I have Diamond here, and she is truly a gem. Diamond is a meditation coach and sound therapist. You heard I'm still on a high from what frequencies is each thing, and what does each frequency speak to? Just real quickly, because I felt that, honey. I felt all of it.
So specifically this, we have our 528. So
Okay.
this is, the famous solfeggio frequency,
Okay.
dealing with DNA repair and cell regeneration. And then the waterfall drum, which simulates the sound of water or the ocean, depending on how I play it. It can range up to like 11,000 hertz, but like it transitions because of it is not like the bow, but yeah. So you're getting an array of different, and then we have the angel tuning fork. That's 4,026 hertz.
Can you hold up the tuning fork for us?
Yes.
Yes, the tuning fork. That's the tuning fork. And then can you also hold up the water? What's it called again? The water?
It's a water drum or like a waterfall drum or an ocean drum.
Or ocean drum. I thought I love that sound. This is a great one. This is honestly the most optimal, like water instrument I've come in because it literally sounded like, and Diamond wasn't doing this, but it sounded like you were around me doing it, and it sounded like you were just dancing around the room. It was so powerful.
Sometimes when I do sound baths, I do, because if the space is really big, I do walk around and get closer. But I didn't do that with you because we right next to each other.
You felt it though. The energy was there. Since the energy was there, Diamond, tell us more about you, please, and what you do. Yes.
So I'm a frequency facilitator. So I use meditation coaching, hypnosis, breath work, yoga, sound frequencies, movement, all the modalities to assist people into shifting their frequency, so regardless of where they're at in life, you can always go higher. You know what I'm saying? And just using, I like to tell people I use all the tools that I've used in my own life and that's helped me along my path. And I just shared them with, whoever's answering the call.
I love it. She is absolutely fantastic. She actually will be doing, when this comes out, it will have already been done, but we definitely at the activation circles, which will be linked in the description. And there will be other things. Diamond does this everywhere all the time. She just did Dharma Glow.
Yeah,
right? I know you're doing a sound bath at the activation circle.
Mm-hmm.
She was in Bali. Mm-hmm. She goes to Bali every year.
Every year, once a year.
Once a year for a retreat that she does. You do the retreat.
I co-host a retreat with a company called BTG Retreat. So okay. I am contracted, but yeah, I'm one of the partners and facilitators.
Oh, man, that looked amazing. Yeah. I saw those photos and everything.
Yeah, we had so much fun. Yeah.
I was like, can I jump through the screen? Like, I know this had already happened, but can I be there?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Dreams do come true.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Let me know how. Let me know how. So, thank you so much for just sharing more about you, the beautiful gift that you have, the amazing purpose that you are in, and thank you so much for answering that call.
And thank you for having me.
Of course.
Very grateful. Very grateful.
I'm so glad to have you here. So what do people gain when they have a meditation coach instead of going at it alone?
So within my experience, what I find is people judge themselves.
Yes.
They judge what they're doing. They question the results. They question, they doubt. And so when they book me, it's usually because they said, well, I'm not doing it right. And the first thing I was like, how do you know? Like, how do you know? You're like, because everything is about progress, and everything is about repetition as well. And I think that with Western society, it is taught a lot that, you got to be zenned out, no pun intended. You got to be zenned out, and you got to be calm and peaceful all the time. And although that is what we aspire to be, ultimately, you're not going to get there overnight by just closing your eyes. I like to explain to people the science of the mind so they understand the mind and what it's doing first. And so what happens is there's a specific type of person that starts to understand the mechanics of meditation a little bit better. And then what happens is when they go into meditation, they are feeling more confident and they're not doubting and questioning and in their head so much. So someone that books a meditation coach, they're ultimately going to be a little bit more successful if there's someone that's already in their head about meditating. And that's a lot of people, especially beginners, because they're like, I want to do this. But if they don't have anything to compare it to, but like TV and magazines where they see people like zenned out on a mountain, and we work in regular jobs, and we in Atlanta traffic, it's like, it's not the same. It's not the same, sis. Let me give you a couple tools. Let me give you a couple tools. You're not losing, because most time they're like, I'm not doing it right. And they don't even try. They don't even attempt to do anything because it's like, oh, well, I tried for a minute and I was thinking. It's like, of course you were thinking. You have a brain. Why would you not be thinking?
Not able to turn that
But
off.
When you have someone there that's like, your hype man, asking the questions and then helping you become a little bit more aware of your emotions and understanding the science of what's happening within your body and your mind and your breath while you're meditating, you're like, oh, that was so easy. Now, granted, my main thing is I want people to understand is whatever I teach you, you got to take it home and do it yourself. There's lots of times you'll give people homework And you're like, okay, how did that go? How did that feel? Oh, I ain't get around to it. It's not like when we meditate together. And so it can become a handicap or a crutch, if that makes sense. And my thing is even though I love getting paid, I love clients. That's amazing. But my purpose is not to keep clients. My purpose is to assist you so we can all live in our highest expression. So it's like, that's, I'm hoping to be retired soon, on a beach somewhere, because we all like beings.
Come on, somebody, let's go. Yes. Okay. Be in the light in light. Okay.
Right. So, but yeah, that's ultimately why someone would get a meditation coach and have that meditation coach, just so they can have that assistance. They can have that, I call it that hype man, when they start to doubt themselves, when they get in their head. And then realizing, when I had this realization, the monks that you see where they set themselves on fire and they're sitting in meditation and someone sets them on fire.
I don't even know about this. So their whole body is on fire?
Yeah, like they'll be meditating and then someone will like set them on fire, or they'll set themselves on fire. They'll just be sitting there in flames and they're still meditating. And I remember when I would see that when I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, you got superpowers. And then once I studied because I did study under a doctor that had did hypnotherapy for like 30 years. And she explained to me, she said, you can control pain when you're in a theta wave. And because it is a real thing, people go to hypnotherapists to, if they're not able to get amnesia for like going to the dentist, they could hypnotize themselves to be any lesser pain or feel no pain at all. And it had to be something that they have to do. They have to do a lot. It's not like a one-time thing, because you have to program the subconscious mind. And in order to do that, it has to be repetitive sessions. As well as women, they do hypnobirthing. And so
I have not heard of this.
So what, girl?
I have not heard of hypnobirthing.
Girl, so if a woman doesn't want to get doesn't want to take drugs and she wants to have a natural birth, but of course, birthing a baby is still going to be painful, whether you take drugs or not, right? Yeah. If she knows that hypnosis works for her. And the reason why I had to add that is because it may not be for everybody. And I have to acknowledge that, even though it's worked for me and I've seen it work for a lot of people, when it comes to something like pain, it's like you want to make sure it works. But yeah, they'll do sessions. And I think now, because it's franchise, I think it's like videos or audios now that you can do, and it prepares you for your birth so that if you don't have the intention of taking drugs, and it would be like a pain-free birth. Now, granted, I've only heard a few women that's like, oh yeah, it was great. But then I've heard someone that's like, no, it didn't work, which they're very much entitled to that opinion, for sure. Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's fire on your flesh.
Once I realized, I was like, oh, and it was explained to me. I'm like, so you could reprogram. Now, granted, this is not medical advice. If you got some problems, medical problems, go to the doctor.
That's why they're there.
But, there are lots of times we're going through things and it is in our head. The mind is very powerful, and we be sabotaging and tricking ourselves a lot in life. Mm-hmm. And so, learning this, that was the coolest thing that I remember learning and taking into my own practice, was like, oh, okay, so there's a lot that you can do in theta. And once I realized also that theta is the brainwave, that if you are in that brainwave and you visualize or imagine what it is that you are trying to create in your reality, I'm telling you my tricks. Telling you my tricks, girl.
Did you see the ear perk up? Yes.
That it happens extremely fast if you make sure that you are has shifted into that brainwave. But you got to sit there. So these are things I would always test things out with small. I would test things with small things, right? Because you baby steps.
Yeah.
And then I would go a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. But I remember the first time when it clicked for me, like I was like doing my studying, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so I just need to make sure I'm in this super relaxed state and start visualizing what it is I want. Now, I should have imagined that I want $1 million, but that's not what happened. Okay. I was, because I wanted to, there was this, at the time, this is almost like 16, 17 years ago. This is a really long time ago, but I was trying to do this yoga pose. And this is yoga pose that I could not do for the life of me. Like when I told you I was a week, like when I told you, if I had video, I'm talking falling on my face. It was shameful.
What kind of pose was this?
It was like crane crow pose. It's like
it's
an arm balancing pose.
Oh wow.
And I'm pear shaped, so it's like my bottom is heavy and my top is weak. And so at the time it was like boom, boom, and I was like, I ain't never gonna do this pose. Oh, I was very negative about it, very much so. And I want to say like a year went by, and then I started. I was in school. I was studying things about the mind, and read that, and I was like, well, let me just see myself doing that pose, but while I'm like in a relaxed state. And I did it. I did it for 3 weeks straight. I'm not even gonna be like, yeah, I did it for 6 months. No, I did it for like 3 weeks, and it was like every other day. It wasn't even anything like, I didn't think it was extreme. You know, I added it to my meditation. And at the end of those 3 weeks, sis was doing crane crow pose.
What?
But this is coming from a girl that when I tell you I couldn't do it, when I tell you I could not like face plant. I was like, you gotta stop. You about to hurt yourself.
And the face plant multiple times.
Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. Now, my friend who was like, she's very practical. She was like, well, clearly you just practiced enough and it just happened. And I was like, nah, sis. I was like, you weren't there when I was face plant back to back to back. Yeah. So I started off with small, like to me, that was a small thing. That was the body. And then I would just keep moving it up. And I mean, it's still like one of my base level practices that works. It just works, you know? So you saw I did the Dharma Glow. How you think I did that?
Period. She was in her zone. Like I was like, she was in her zone. And I love the setting that they provide during the Dharma Glow.
They do. I do.
It is so fantastic.
It's so loving too.
How was that experience, Diamond? Because I mean, you've experienced because that's what you do.
Well, you know.
But every experience is different. And I wanted to just ask you, how was that experience for you at Dharma Glow?
So first and foremost, I want to shout out not just Dejan, but Dejan mama, Miss Lisa. Like
Mama Lisa!
Like,
yes!
I just love her.
She's
like
amazing.
I don't even know if she knows how much I love her. Like she just, her whole energy, I'm just like, I want to be just like her when I grow up.
She's
but anyway, she's a whole vibe.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a whole vibe, which makes sense because it's Dejan's mama. But it was a beautiful experience. You know, last year I experienced it. I went there to support, you know, the Light Beings and Kevin. I was just, you know, like, oh yeah, let's check this out. This is fun, you know? And this year it was a little bit different because in the beginning I was like focused. I was like focused, like, let me dot my I's and cross my T's, getting ready, you know, to go on, making sure I was centered and grounded. And then I collaborated with a new friend. Like something changed in itinerary, which you know how events go. You got to go with the flow. And Dejan had let us know, he was like, we were supposed to have separate sets. And he was like, hey, I gotta combine some stuff. And he was like, basically, y'all thug it out. And so we just came together. Like, I think before my Sedona retreat, like maybe a couple of days before I left, I met the girl, beautiful goddess. We was like, hey, let's fill each other out. I was like, all right, when I get back, we gonna play together and then we'll head to the Dharma Glow. So we literally only played together one time. I let her know I let her know how I show up. I let her know like I intuitively play. I tap in with the people. And I said, I'm painting the canvas with sound. I said, I don't want to be limited and I don't want you to be limited. And she was like, say less, sis. But she got a British accent. Hey, Commit. So she's like,
shout out.
Yeah, like, so it was beautiful. You know, I was like, I made a new friends, because I met a lot of people there, and anything that got to do with God and your light, come on. It was great.
The Becoming Love Fest. I really want to connect you and Tamala because you doing sound baths there. I'm gonna say sound therapy because you do more than a sound bath, honey. Sound bath to me is like sound baths are beautiful, but to me they're beginner level. Diamond up here. I'm just being real. Diamond is up here. It's a whole therapy session, honey, with sound. Seriously, you ain't got to say a word. It's just the sound to connect y'all.
I appreciate
it. Because it would be so fantastic and it fits so perfectly into what she's doing.
I love that.
So, what's one area of your own life where you implemented what you teach? Where meditation or energetic healing transformed your personal reality?
So, I want to say I wouldn't be here, but part of my story is I was part of a mind-based cult like 11 years ago.
Really?
And obviously I didn't know it was a cult, y'all. But
This is fascinating to me. Sorry, it's fascinating to me. Wow, I'm sorry, but you saying that fascinates me because of what you do now. Talk about rewriting the story.
Yeah.
And literally coming out of that to being so knowledgeable about the mind and supporting people in strengthening the muscle of their mind. Whoa. Transmuted energy.
Yeah.
To the fullest.
Yes,
fantastic. Go ahead.
Thank you for seeing me.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it was a catalyst for sure. And I actually learned a lot because I was meditating 3 to 6 hours a day with this group, and I was learning different methods. And then after doing it for a year, realizing that it wasn't everything that I thought it was. Yeah. And the story is quite long, so I just want to like make it short. But coming out of it and not being this woe is me, I sat with myself and there were so many things I had questions about, but there were so many things that I had the answers to because I could go back in my mind and see where I ignored my intuition. I wasn't listening to myself. And for the sake of, well, why would someone do that? Like really going against myself. So I learned in that moment to trust my intuition and to take what I learned and create my own meditation methods. And from that, after that, I incorporated so many things and I magnetized. That's when I met the doctor she was my mentor for years before she passed away. That taught me a lot about the mind. And I could go back and understand what was happening on a subconscious level when I was in this group. And so I've used it literally to transform my mind from a place where I was very scared. I was very confused. I was very, I don't think I was angry, but I think it was just like, who does that? I legit was like, y'all ain't got nothing else to do. I think I said that. I was like, who has time to make a call? I'm like, for real? Like I was deep in my feelings and my mom was just kind of like, nah. She was like, you're good. You're fine. She was like, you just need to make sure you strengthen your mind and that you're educated. And she was like, it's never going to happen again, And so that experience, because it was my own experience and I had supernatural experiences, I had a lot of experiences. But because they are my experiences, I feel like no one has to convince me, oh, this works or doesn't work. I am the evidence. You are the evidence.
You are the evidence. Not somebody else. Not someone who did it before you or you look up to them or what have you. Not even the evidential truths of this world. You are the evidence.
Yeah.
Powerful. Diamond, how can we connect with you? Tell us what you got coming up next.
So happy to tell you this. So I'm a part of Resonance, which is the world's longest sound bath. It's going to take place in December, over 4 days, 4 venues, 40 hours of sound, 50 plus sound artists. And it's in Miami, Florida. So link is in my bio. If you do The Real Diamond King anywhere, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, you name it, there's a link. My website is realdiamondking.org. I have the Atlanta Blue Ridge Retreat in January. So if you like to start the year off with restoration, liberation, community, balance, yeah, we got that January 16th through the 19th. Let's see. Oh, and then the next Bali retreat with BTG Retreats is going to be in August next year. So that wait list there is a wait list. You do got to apply because people love Bali.
And to do that in Bali, because when you go to Bali, that's what you want to be doing.
That's what you want to be doing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So August 29th through September 3rd. And you can connect with me about six months out of the year. I do meditation coaching where you can book me virtually. I do in-home sessions. I also do parties, events, gallery openings. Like if you need a sound artist, and I mean a sound artist, I got you. The Real Diamond King.org.
Period. The Real Diamond King. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay? Catch replays and bonus episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. I got a lot of content, y'all, to support you. Check it out. And if you're interested in working with Diamond, interested in her doing a sound bath session for an event, seminar, sanctuary, workshop, what have you, all of her information will be linked in the show notes and the descriptions that you will find in the replay on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. The replay is available the next day. So when you wake up, it will be there on Wednesday. And again, I want to hear from you. If you have a topic, something you'd like to share, go ahead to my website, www.thezeneffectco.com, and click the tab Submit. Stay expansive, stay aware, and always shape your soul, shift your world, and come home to your power, you all. Remember, the Zen Effect Show is on every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Keep your soul hydrated. Yes, keep it so hydrated. Keep your soul hydrated, your spirit fortified, and allow your effect to speak before words do.